Hi everybody, I hope you enjoyed some excellent singing. Well, today I'd like to introduce myself to my dog. Hi Arya, my name's Megan, nice to meet you. She's not a very good conversationalist. Arya, how was your day today? Are you going to talk to me? You know, it's kind of silly sometimes to try and have a conversation back and forth with your dog because our dog is not a person. It would also be silly for me to introduce myself to a cranbox. You like that, Arya? Hi, cranbox. My name is Mrs. Bundy. Nice to meet you. My cranbox doesn't really talk back because my cranbox is not a person. But God made us with a personhood. We are people. We are a person, and God gave us the ability to think because we are a person. Let's read this together. I think. Good job. I feel. I choose. Oh, here it is. I know right and wrong. Arya doesn't always know right and wrong, but we train her with treats. But God gives us the ability to know right and wrong. And you know what? God is a person as well. Yesterday we learned that God feels, God thinks, and you know what? God also chooses. We're going to read some instances in the Bible where God chooses. What are some choices you think or have learned that God has made? Maybe some of you can raise your hand. All right, we're going to let you down. Well, let me read some Bible verses to remind you of some of the choices God made. In the very first verse of the Bible, Genesis 1:1, it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God chose to create the heavens and the earth. God chose to create all things. Let's practice our creation song. Ready? Day 1, day and night. Day 2, heaven and earth. Day 3, seas and land. Day 4, sun, moon, and stars. Day 5, creatures of the sky and of the sea. Day 6, creatures of dry land. And then came man. Then God saw that it was good, all of his creation. So he took the seventh day, and on that day he rested. Good. I bet your voices sound much better than Mrs. Bundy's right now. So God made a choice to create. Let's read another choice that God made from the Bible. This is found in the New Testament, John 3:16. I bet some of you guys have learned that verse. John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whomever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. Because God loved the world, he chose to give his only Son. Jesus died on the cross so that we could be forgiven of our sin and live forever with God. And remember, Jesus didn't stay dead. He rose again. Very good job. So we learned that God is a person. And we know this because God thinks, God chooses. I've lost my other one. Oh, God feels. And God also, excuse my messy writing, knows right from wrong. Now, unlike us who sometimes make right choices and sometimes make a wrong choice, God's choices and what he does is always right and perfect. Let's read a verse that talks about that. This is in Deuteronomy 32:4. It calls God the rock. That's great. Here we go. the rock. His work is perfect, and all his ways are justice. A God of faithfulness and without iniquities. Iniquity kind of means sin, so God is without sin. He is just and upright. Very good job. Just means he always does what is fair, and upright, he always does what is right. So, let's review the personhood of God, what we call the personhood of God. Everyone say that. Personhood of God. Good job. All right. The personhood of God. God feels. Remember, we learned he can love, a perfect love. He can also have a righteous anger, which is still perfect and without sin. God chooses, and all his choices are good. God thinks. Remember, his thoughts are limitless, as many as the grains in the sand. That's how hard it would be to count God's thoughts. God knows right from wrong. God knows what is right. Very good job. Let's review the personhood of us, of people. Ready? Read it with me. I am a person. I think. I feel. I choose. I know right and wrong. We know right and wrong, but we don't always make a good choice. Let's talk about some things that are right and some things that are wrong.